Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, YouTube. This man always George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, we're just about the end of the first week of March. I mean, I tell you, folks, time is flying. I hope you enjoy your weekend. It's a little warmer around here, but I think we're gonna have a little bit more rain coming my way. So, but I wish y'all a happy upcoming weekend. So, folks, as you know, as a content maker, I reach out to people that interest me, that their stories are just interesting, and also their passion for bodybuilding. Right here, we have the lovely Miss Stephanie Gay. And I know it sounds like it's it's spelled different than it actually sounds, but you know how it is in different words. So we're going to talk to Stephanie, Steph, we like to call her, and ask her how she got started, bodybuilding, her thoughts about the sport, and just share her story with us. So, as I always ask when I start my interviews, what got yourself in a sport, as I call it, muscle and masculinity? Please share.
Uh, what got me into the sport of bodybuilding? To be completely honest, I came out of rehab center, and I didn't really know like kind of like what to do. Well, I came out of a rehab center, and then you have to start living life again. I have a gym across the street from me, and I had trained in the gym before when I was in my 20s, and I started going to the gym, and it just kind of took off from there. It became something like that I love and something that I need in my life. So yeah. And I did my first bodybuilding show in 2016. And like a lot of people for their first show, I had no clue what I was getting into. I got a coach 12 weeks out, and I said to him, I think I got to lose like 10, 15 pounds. I lost 50 pounds. Yeah, I didn't realize how detailed it was when I first started. But I guess it can get as detailed and as intense as you want it to be as the individual. I
Mhm.
should really say that.
Well, like I said, this sport is it's a lot of work to be a bodybuilder, especially for a woman. And like I said, you were dealing with addictions, and I think I've talked to ladies that somehow bodybuilding has helped them, especially with addictions. Sometimes also been through abusive relationships. It's a sport that really people may not be a fan of it, but it really gives them that path or a meaning. So, what was that like when you did your first show? What was that feeling for you?
Uh, I had it. Looking back, it's kind of like, oh, Steph, I didn't know what I was doing, and I had practiced posing, but I didn't really understand. And I dropped my pose halfway through, and I was just looked around because I was kind of didn't know what I was doing, and then I think I came in eighth place out of 12, and I was like, oh, I like I liked it. So, but I didn't like where I was in the numbers. So I wanted to give it like another kick of the can, one more time, and that one more time has turned into one more time, one more time, one more time, one more time. So, uh, yeah, I want to. I've been qualified to go to nationals, but I'm not ready.
Mhm.
So I. Yeah, because I don't know. I don't. While I do know, I don't think my physique is there for Toronto yet. I think I need bigger legs and I quads, and I think I need bigger arms.
Yeah, because I think one thing the judge will tell you, they'll let you know, like, okay, you might need this part here, this part there. It's a lot of work. I mean, to develop. Now, you start out in figure, and then when you transition over to physique, or
I did two figure shows, and I didn't like the prancy heels and stuff. I did it on and I really I kind of like for me, bodybuilding is not like about being it's not about being attracted I don't know, it's not about heels. I want to show like what I have go. I want to flex. I want to show pow. Like I want to bodybuild. I don't want to prance around, and they do bodybuild as well. Figures. The girls are getting huge. Actually, sometimes I think to myself, I did do figure my last show, and I got in second place. And the other girls were bit. Like everybody was jacked on stage, and yeah. So I mean, I find figure and physique are getting pretty close, unless you're talking pro level, and
Well,
then there's
pro level, sometimes like this is a good example I want to. So I'm gonna pull this picture real quick because we're talking about earlier. We were talking about before we start Missy Trescott, and this is a
mm,
picture I pulled. I
oh,
have,
cool.
yeah, and this is Missy Trescott
Oh
and
yeah,
Sarah Vilgas. If you
oh
look
yeah,
at them, they're
both
not.
toe to, they could go toe to toe. She could
Yeah,
definitely go toe to toe.
yeah, but the thing is, to say the X Factor thing is different between the two divisions. That's one thing that
Mm.
separates it. And yeah, you look at if you look at the level now, some women can cross over into women's bodybuilding for physique. Some can cross over from figure to physique. But
Yeah.
most of them will have the mentality say like, I don't want to go up. I want to stay where I'm at. We got here somebody's pop in here. This is from a man, Chad Davis. Shout out to Chad. He said this.
Oh,
Hello, Mr.
this is so
George, my
cool.
brother from another mother. It's your boy. Good to be back on the podcast. Hope you're doing well. Hello, Miss Stephanie Gay. Good to see you. Appreciate you, Chad, man. That's my man, Chad I.
Hey,
Davis.
Chad.
Yeah. And yeah, it is tough, and when you feel like you feel more better because I know one thing about it's the high heels. I mean, you don't want to
It
like
really is because when I did figure at the Flex Lewis, I walked up and I did do a little teeter totter. Like I had to set myself, and then I was like in my head, I was like, "Shit, I just cost points," because you can't be falling over or looking all wobbly, right? Like they're judging as soon as you step out, they're judging you. So like hard that's hard on somebody that I guess like I said, if you screw up walking in your heels, that sucks because like all that training just for a couple like stutters in a heel. Come on. I'd rather come out barefoot, but I do like the poses more in women's physique because in and women's bodybuilding. So actually
yeah,
women's bodybuilding is very beautiful. So
yeah, because I say I'm a fan of women's bodybuilding. I've been following bodybuilding for a little over 40 years, and it's just amazing where these women take their bodies and they develop in certain ways, and they change and they grow and they
I
evolve. You know,
I don't know. Like I had somebody tell me, and they didn't really know what they were talking about, so they were kind of being like cheeky, but they were like, "Oh, just take a bunch of supplements," and I'm like, "It doesn't work that way. You can take all the supplements in the world, and you need to have the right sleep, the right amount of food, the right amount of supplements. Time it has to be timed, and it still might not work." Because you might not have the genetics for it. Like,
yeah,
and I don't like saying that because that sounds like but I'm just because these women are huge. I've tried very hard to get huge, and it's hard. It's, I don't know how they do it.
yeah, because sometimes you got to eat 5, 6 times a day.
Oh,
Then you do, and then sometimes your genetics is the important part of it because if you have the building blocks for it, you can make it. Sometimes hard work also gets into it. I
yeah.
mean, it's just there's so much to the sport, especially as I said this, you change the aspect of a woman's body. Because
Yes.
you know, we look at women, y'all supposed to be soft and feminine and all
I
that, but
didn't even think
you
of
know,
that.
yeah, but the mindset of most people don't think that women can have muscle. Like, but there's a small saying: when you ladies rock hard, we'll rock hard, and it's
That's hilarious.
yeah,
Oh man, when you're rocking. Oh, that's cheeky too.
yeah, because I
Oh,
heard it years ago. I used to go on this chat room when we talk about bodybuilding. The guy said, "Hey kid, you like bodybuilding?" Say, "Hey, every go to show you get rock hard, you get." But it's just a look that I think it's hard to attain. But if you are
oh,
committed to it and you want to put in the work and time into it, you can attain it.
Yes,
So
but
you,
also when you say it's hard to obtain, and for some people it's hard to hold. I am 8 pounds over stage weight, and it's kind of like bugging me now because I have no abs, and I'm like, Steph, it's 8 pounds over stage weight. Like, come on, like, but and you need that like when you're not getting ready for like a show for stage, right? You need to have a bit of weight on you to help grow and be in a surplus. And like I'm like I think anyway, like
yeah,
for me.
but well, like I said, everybody's going to develop different ways, and
Mhm.
and what may not work for one person might work for you, may not work for that person, might not work for that person. It's a process, and I
True.
remember I was talking with somebody. Said, "It's if you order to trust the process, you have to understand the process." Who's your coach? Who you working with?
Oh snap! So right now, I was working with Dan Fowler. He's a guy from Moncton. He's a very good coach, and he was a bodybuilder, and he was like a fighter guy, a UFC. I'm
MMA.
not sure, a fighting guy, and he coached me for my last two shows that were back to back. But now I'm like on my off season, and I like to usually I do my own off season. Like I like because I like to train myself. Like yeah, and even most of the time, even on prep and stuff, do my own training. I like coaches for the diet and the check-in and the protocol and the supplements. Sorry.
Yeah,
And
but yeah, I know some women it's like they have a coach about year round because
yeah.
even though while you're off season, you still have to really grow and gain
Oh,
and
on
yeah,
your off
build.
season, you have to go 6 days a week. And the only thing different about your off season is you can cool it on the cardio. You
Yeah,
save the legs. You know what I mean? Like that's for me. And like you said, everybody's different. But same. And right now, the way I've started weight training is I'm doing four four sets of 12 to 8 reps, and like I it's like um, four exercises for a muscle group, and then two muscle groups a day. So it's like yeah,
yeah,
it's and it's very and heavy has heavy.
yeah. So, what's your favorite exercise and least favorite exercise when you're working out?
So my favorite is probably like the back row, the lat row. I just it's like and most lat exercises, and my most hated is like squat.
Anything with legs, I almost
I hate legs.
everybody hates. I had maybe two or three women say they love legs. I said, y'all freaks, because
Yep. No, no, total. Anytime somebody legit tells me that they love leg day, and you can tell. You can tell when somebody actually loves leg day and when somebody's bullshitting you. Because sometimes people say they love leg day just to be that wild card. Oh, shocker, I like it. And you're like, no, you don't. No, you don't. But there's some people that are like, I like leg day. And you look at them and you're like, fuck you. Oh, shoot. Yeah, you do. And those people are psychos.
yeah.
Insane.
I,
Yeah.
I mean, I remember telling some ladies like sometimes ladies like an episode of Chappelle's show where Rick James goes over to Eddie Murphy's house and Charlie and Eddie beat his legs after he misses the couch. Say, "Fuck your couch, Eddie Murphy." And Dave Chappelle's like crawling out, saying, "What my legs, Eddie Murphy? What my legs?" We got here comment from my man Chad. He says, "Miss Steffi gave my quote for you, love. If you doing the right." Proper the right way. It ain't no challenge too big for you because you are prepared. You must, you make things happen, darling. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. You got it. That is so true. You got to make it happen. You got to do, and all like no one's gonna do the work for you. And what did Ronnie Coleman say? Everybody want to be big, but nobody want to be like work for it. Be a
You know,
bodybuilder,
you like this. Everybody wants to be about there, but they want to lift this heavy ass weight. That's because
right?
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Oh,
So
I'm I will tell you right now. Like George, I am the worst for names, and I very blonde. I know it's dyed, but I forget names, and Oh, it upsets people sometimes, and I don't mean to, but
Well, I'm sometimes like that. If I recognize somebody, I don't know the name right off. I mean, sometimes I have to dig in my head and think about it. Sometimes people would know me because hey, I'm I worked
you're
a lot of
sure
places here and
guy.
there. Yeah,
You're the guy.
yeah. I worked a lot of jobs here and there. Worked with a lot of people. My first job when I was 16, I was working at a gas station. I used to work textiles. I worked at a processing plant. I mean, did temp service. I went to college for a little bit and went back to work.
Okay.
And I had this one job I worked for like 5, 6 years. I used to work in a strip club.
Get out of here. You know what? I've never been to a strip club. I'm 42 years old. I've never been to a strip club ever.
Like I say,
I gotta go one day.
what I think some ladies say they like to go to the girls, the women's, because it's not a little more fun, a little more erotic. Because I used to remember some women coming with their husbands or boyfriends, or
Oh,
yeah. And sometimes one
I don't
time
get
we
out
really,
much, eh? For real.
a couple of times we had guys come in and do like a men's review, and the guys can be really entertaining because they
Oh.
really have to. Men, we just hey, you got to shake it for us men. You shake your ass in front of us and flaunt
Oh,
your
dude,
tits and
don't get me started on the butt. Boys are obsessed with the butt right now. The bigger
yeah.
the butt, man, the more likes you get. It's crazy.
Well, I'm from the South, and we usually have a little bit more career women compared to other places.
Oh,
We got here from man Chad. He says, "Inhale the good, exhale the bullshit." Yeah, thank you, Chad. So,
yeah.
folks, we're gonna go into Steph's social media for a bit and look at some stuff, and some stuff she posts. But guys, and I got a rule, and this is no offense to you, Steph. I say this every time before we go into anybody's social media. Guys, know the pics.
Oh yeah,
Stop it.
no, don't. It upsets me. And sometimes you get, and I'll say, please don't do that. And most people are really nice and they say sorry. But
Yeah. You got
oh
some,
yeah,
yeah, you got some
I'm
weirdos
very
out there.
sensitive.
Yeah, you
Get
got some
that.
weirdos out there. Yeah. So yeah, we got some weirdos out there. So folks, we're gonna jump into social media real big here. And here we go here. And she puts out some no really Female Bible Channel put me on to her. When she posted some stuff after as the Almost Original Classic was about a week ago.
Oh
And
yeah.
she posted some
Oh
comments.
yeah. Don't get me started. What show was that? And it was the amateur women's bodybuilding, and it was not like that's a national level show, man. You got to be big and jacked to show up. Like
Yeah, but I
yeah.
know, but like I said, at least it's sad thing that none of the competitors are showing up here. Here's one of the videos right here, and I think this is
Oh, I was being
Say I
cheeky. I
want to
love Britney
spin like
Spears.
Britney. Let's spin like Britney. Just kidding, just kidding. Prejudging, 30-second routine.
Yeah, I get very come when I'm on prep, come competition time, I get very serious towards the end. I get very serious. I do a lot and I practice a lot of posing. I love posing.
yeah, front double
Yeah,
open hand.
yeah, open, but should have kept the thumbs in. And I make silly faces sometimes. I gotta remember to stop. Don't do that.
Got great abs right here.
Thank you, thank you. I wish I didn't have so many tattoos. What a shame.
Well, like I said, a lot of ladies I've seen now have tattoos. I'm not a big fan of it personally. I think it kind of takes away from
Oh,
the physique.
no, 100% takes away from it. Are you kidding me? Let's not bullshit right now. It takes away from the look completely.
Yeah,
And I need to get, and if you do have lots of tattoos, you need to get shredded, like peeled. I could
yeah,
have probably gone another 5 after that,
yeah.
and then been disgustingly ripped.
When did you get your first tattoo?
Oh, I think I was 18 or something. So a lot. I got all tattooed up before I started bodybuilding.
You
I started bodybuilding like after I was tattooed, and
yeah,
my mom turned around and said, because I work with my mom, and my mom turned around and said, "I bet you wish you would have listened to me now." Cheeky
yeah.
lady.
Well, you know how moms are. They want their children to do better,
Yep.
and better than them, But like I said, sometimes life, some ladies like them. Me, I never had them. I got family members that do, but nah, I don't think I like. I don't want somebody to drag a new dog across me. Who's this
No,
young gentleman with you?
it takes away from the look.
Yeah,
And I've said it before. I've said that before, and I would say, and I'll say it again. I'm not sugarcoating that opinion. You have tattoos. Don't do it. Don't do it if you're going to get into bodybuilding and stage.
Mhm.
If you don't want to get into stage and competing, then yes, go and get tattooed. They look cool. But
Mhm.
if for stage and competition, they do not look good.
Yeah. Who's this young gentleman with you?
Oh, that's Miles. That's my nephew.
Oh, yeah. He's
And we
got
were in
teenage.
Shanghai, China.
Yeah, he got a little Teenage Ninja Turtles on it.
Oh God,
Yeah.
he is very cute. He
Yeah.
is very sweet.
Yeah. You got some
And
nice
then
pictures
I
there.
was actually thinking about going into wellness because I have a very big caboose.
Well, like I said, a lot of girls who do physique has to jump over to wellness.
Yeah.
You got a nice caboose.
Yeah. Quads would do. Yeah, thanks, George. That's really nice of you to say. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Hey, I'm a man. We're gonna tell you what we
Touche, touche.
Yeah, and it's a lot of work you put into this. You're
Oh, big time. Big time. It's like I work full time at a drumstick factory, but when I'm not training, when I'm not working, I'm thinking about bodybuilding and training and posing and that kind of stuff because it's very intense.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
that was
like I
a
said,
5 pound difference in 2
yeah.
weeks.
And here's your little pup here. What's
Oh
his
my
name?
gosh. Her name is Ripley
Mhm.
from the movie Aliens because I'm a nerd.
Oh, yeah, don't feel bad. I'm a nerd too.
Nerds are the best, though.
Yeah, they probably take over the world.
Oh, they have.
Yeah, but yeah, it's you put in a lot of hard work and time, and like I said, you're national qualified, but you say you feel you're not ready for nationals just yet.
Yeah, you see, if you click on that and you look, if you were to like home in on the legs, or like look at the bottom of the abs, there's a pooch, like a little. Well, there's the medals you can't see, and that's the best I've ever done in a show before. By the way, like I've never really won any until now, till recently, and also for the Halifax show, there was only me on stage. I was only like nobody showed up. And
Yeah.
then for the Flex Lewis, there was another lady that showed up.
Well, sometimes it happens, especially as as an amateur, it's expensive to compete
Oh my god! Oh
because
my god!
you got to
Yes, it
count,
is.
yeah, interest
The
fees.
bikinis. I
Yeah,
have
the
the bikini.
proposal suits, yeah, because you women, it costs more for y'all to compete because you have to look presentable. You have to get your hair, your makeup done.
Yeah,
Then also tanning, travel expenses. I mean,
yeah.
as we talked about the
But
all of
here's the
the
thing, right? Like, if the way I see it is, because it is so expensive, and I want to do it, and I'm on a budget. I when I'm on prep on the weekends and on my downtime when I'm not training, you have to rest a lot, right? Well, I watch YouTube and I watch makeup tutorials and I practice makeup because if I'm doing art on my body, I can do art on my face, on mine. You know what I mean? Just mine. I don't need to learn how to do makeup for everybody, just mine. So then
Mhm.
that expense is taken care of. And there's no appointment needed or scheduling or having to be here, there, or that. You get to your hotel and you set up your space. Like you bring your lights and your mirrors and your makeup and you just make the whole room into like one big weird changing room. That's what I do anyway.
Yeah, that does save you cost because still the posing suit. That's the thing that costs. That because with the guys, all they got to wear is banana hammock and a pair of board shorts.
Yeah,
You
and you
know,
can wear the same one. You cannot wear the same bikini every show. You can't.
because I think I know some ladies like say they can rent a suit or sometimes some competitors will sell a suit. But
Yo, I've sold suits before. What are you talking about? Sell those suits. Wear them twice, sell them. Wear them twice, sell them.
yeah,
And you're
we got
not
here.
gonna and don't sell them for 400 or 500. Sell them for 150, 200. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? If they cost you like $500-600, sell them for 100, 250, 200. You
Yeah,
know,
because you're not gonna get your money back out of them
come
because
on, you wore them already. It was your suit. Sell it to somebody else. Like
yeah.
also, like the way I see it too is like cut people deals and breaks. It's expensive. Try to make it cheap for somebody else, maybe.
hmm
Because
Well,
I'm
here
like,
we got here from your man Chad. He says, "I respect you, Mrs. Miss Gay, great posing. I'm from the South as well, STX. Mr. George, I'm with you on the booty curves, brother. Yeah, shout out. Thank you, brother. Also, he says this great backdoor, Miss Gay. By the way, almost dropped my water bottle for a minute. Hard work, dedication pays off, my darling. Now you say
Yeah.
you work in drumsticks with your guitar, like drumsticks.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I found this video because, like I said, I try to research anything about people I find out something about, and I found this video of you, and we'll pull it up. It's like I think it was at a somewhere like a show or something, and we're gonna pull it up here and go check it out. So give me a second,
Okay.
and there we go, and like the other guy says, here we go.
Oh man, I have never.
Hey, it's Seth from Los Cabos Drumsticks, and I'd like to take you around my booth at the NAMM Trade Show 2023. So come on, follow me. At Los Cabos, we'd like to have an arrangement of different types of wood so that the drummers have an option to play with. I have my maple sticks, and all my maple is made is grown in Canada. It's out of Quebec. It's sugar maple. A maple stick is it's a lighter stick, but it's faster to play with. It has a brighter sound and it absorbs a little bit of the chalk. So it's a little bit easier on the elbows. And like I said, it's a faster, brighter sound. I have also white hickory drumsticks. Your standard hickory. It's all the hickory we get is from the southern states of America, and hickory is a harder, denser stick, makes a louder noise, and the durability is very long-lasting. I also have a red hickory stick. As you can see, it's deeper in color. The red hickory is grown in the center of the tree. Red hickory is a harder, denser wood. It's a tighter grain. It has a louder attack, so it has a louder volume when you hit the drum. And it's way more durable. But it's very similar to the hickory because it's grown in the same tree. We also have painted sticks and kid sticks. We have claves and brushes. We also make an introductory level mallet for school for your beginners. Los Cabos is a family-run business. I'm the director of operations. My brother is the AR guy, and my mom and dad are the presidents. So everything is very tight-knit, and that's what we do. So thanks, guys. Thanks for coming to my booth, and I really appreciate the video. Bye.
George, I don't know where you found that. Well,
Like I said, all I do is as a content maker. Sometimes I try to research like one of the quotes. My master Raja Gould taught me to say it again: "Be aware of surroundings at all time, young master Wayne. Never give up a sure footing for killing below." And the other guy says that sometimes you don't have a plan, but sometimes you have to be ready. And then also you got to know somebody, and and when you're good at something, never do it for free. That's the other guy. We got here from man Lawrence Perkins. Shout out to Lawrence. He comes through here. He says, "Good afternoon, Stephanie, George, and everyone on the chat." Thank you, Lawrence, my brother. Thank you for supporting my channel, and also he's a supporter bodybuilder. Shout out to Lawrence. And it's a family-owned business. So, how long has your family been in the business?
So we've been in the business for about 15 years now or so. And yeah, I work with my mom and my dad and my brother, and my brother's like the AR guy, computer guy. Me and my mom work in the shop, and my dad and the shop boys work in the factory making sticks. And yeah, yeah, I am very family like oriented. You know what I mean? Like I love my family, and I'm for family. Like if that makes sense. But uh yeah, I've been working with them for so long. I make actually what's really funny is because I work with my mom and with my brother, and I work with there's other people at the shop, but like I mostly work one-on-one with them in the factory, on my side anyway. And I because I love bodybuilding so much, and because it's a factory, and I can kind of not do what I want, but like I practice at work, right? Like you're working and you're just like you're spreading your lats, and you're just like doing stuff like like that. And my mom knows all the poses. She knows all the mandatories. And I've had people ask me, is your mom your coach? And my mom won't even go to the bodybuilding shows because she says it's gross. No, in a sweet way, in a mom way, okay? In a mom way. Like she just and she doesn't get it, but she supports it. She supports it, and she loves it. But you know, it's because it's a little bit of an odd sport. Let's be honest right now. I mean, we're going around in our underpants being like, you like that? You like that? But it's a real sport. It's not a joke.
Yeah, I know it was a few years ago. It was the late Joe Weider. He wanted to have bodybuilding at the Olympia, but they try to figure out the semantics to how to put it together, and then countries and all that stuff. But it's been around. When people think about bodybuilding, you think about first person you think about is Arnold. Even though
Yes.
I grew up watching the Terminator. I watched Predator. I watched get to the chopper.
He's our bodybuilder. It doesn't matter how far you go back. And this guy was from the 70s, and that guy was from Arnold was like kind of like when we were kids. Like you said, we saw him in the movies. He was our first bodybuilder we saw.
Or the next person after that is Luke Ferrigno, the Incredible Hulk.
Yes.
We grew up with Hulk. But ever since I started doing content, I'm hearing stuff about them, and in the politics where he has pushed out. I say forget the Arnold. But
dude, Arnold, it's just there's no women there. There's only fitness and figure. And did you see? I saw a 4th place figure competitor in my Instagram. I can't remember, and she was just huge, which I thought was cool, but at the same time I was like, wait, you look like if you go like that, you could take the heels off and just pow.
Yeah, because the
where are they supposed to go?
Well, because like I said, the lines are getting blurred, and then they don't set guidelines where you don't want the women to get bigger, then put down some serious guidelines. They always put guidelines for the other divisions, but not women's bodybuilding. Obviously,
put a weight cap on it. I never thought about that.
Well, they did that
put a weight cap on figures. You can't get any bigger than that. Yeah. But then, would that be an eating disorder for some women?
It's just a lot of stuff to it. Like I know a few years ago they did have weight classes for women's bodybuilding, but then they stopped that. They went back to just competing.
Well, do the men's bodybuilding have weight classes?
Well, technically, you have men's bodybuilding open class, and you have 212. That's
okay,
the smaller guys.
212 is called. I thought 212 was called like 212.
Like, yes, it's 212.
Meaning you have to be 212, but everybody knows that, right? Like that's.
Yeah, it's mostly shorter guys and guys who could be borderline open level.
212, you're gonna smoke the other guys, right? Because you're gonna be a little dense ass mother like.
Yeah, because the guy who won the Arnold is Heidi Chopin, and Heidi was 212, and he moved up to over.
Oh yeah, he looks insane.
We got a comment here from man Lauren. He says she's been doing it for years, making drumsticks in the factory. Also, he mentions he liked Hercules in New York. That was Arnold's first movie. I remember they had to use a
Is that
dub.
Lawrence? Lawrence is follows me on Instagram and Facebook, and he is so lovely. He's so nice.
He is, he
He
is.
loves women's bodybuilding. He supports everybody.
Yeah,
If you don't like Lawrence, you are not cool.
I like
Like,
Lawrence because he
he's
comes
so
in.
nice.
He comes and we follow each other on social media.
Cool.
Maybe one day I get Lawrence to come on here on live one day if he gives the courage. Also, this is from Chad. He says, "I'm having a blast here today, brother George. Miss Stephanie, you sound amazing. Love your personality. It's so laid back, darling." And I'm telling you,
Thank you.
hey, Stephanie, Steph. When I get a new girl in here to act like that episode of Chappelle Show, we met Prince, and they get that other guy, Nikki Free, was a chick. And just talk about Shalmar got a new girl. She's fine as a motherfucker. That's how they act when they get a new girl here. It's like, George got a new girl. She's fine as a motherfucker. They get excited. So, yeah. But yeah, like we talk about your parents. When you got into it, I know especially your mom and dad, especially dad said, "I don't want my girl to be no boy." So what was their thought?
He dad does not. He doesn't care. He like. I was like, Dad, I like bodybuilding. He's just like, good for you, Steph, kill it. Like he's very laid back kind of guy. He like he said it's kind of he said he doesn't like going to the shows because he's like, Steph, you're in a tiny bikini and there's people judging you on the way you look. And he said, as a dad, it's hard for me to let people judge you when I just don't want anybody to ever have judged you. But I was like, but it's a sport. So that's why, like I said, like both my parents, they support the bodybuilding. They support the shows. They do. My mom says it's not very healthy towards the end, but it's not because I have to cut hard, like cut food hard and stuff. But they support it and they know it and I'll tell you what, my mom is the most crucial with the bikinis and the song. She is so brutal with the song. Like pick the routine. You have to pick a good song that all the crowd's gonna know, and I'm just like, Mom, and she's very like like you. If I ask my mom, do you like these earrings? She's like, no. Or she's very like, which helps big time towards the end because you don't want to mess up your end look. Because that means all that work that you've put into it, you didn't plan the end. So you look like shit in all your pictures. I've had a show that I did not plan my end look, and I looked like shit in all the pictures, and it's not nice. You look at them and you shudder. It's
a sport where you have to really bring your best look and what works for you. You see how your mom being your choreographer and your
my designer. I don't even know my stylist, if you will. That's hilarious.
I think she probably maybe she won't go to shows, but she probably loved that. So
big time. And she gets very into it. Like if I won or not, or if I look good posing, she's like, let me see your V taper. You're just like, Mom.
And that's good that you get, because I've talked to ladies that sometimes they don't have support from the family because they don't understand the sport. Then sometimes friendships have, some people lost friendships. The fact is, you're doing something that's not, typical. Like I know you're rehab, you're rehabbing from drugs. You don't do them anymore. But then stuff like going to a bar or going here.
Oh,
going there.
No, I got no issue with that. I can go anywhere in that sense. But I do have a problem like with people understanding bodybuilding and understanding that, like, I'm sorry, dude, it's a Thursday night. I'd have to be in bed at 9 o'clock, dude. I got to work tomorrow and I got to go train and I'm exhausted and I can't go out with you and like people get mad when you can't go for ice cream with them. And you're like, I'm on prep. Or they get mad when you say, like, when you start talking, or I don't want to say they get mad, but they don't understand or they don't completely, fully understand how serious this is. 5 pounds is very serious when you're getting ready for a show. Mm-hmm. It's not a joke. And like 10 pounds, like if you've got that last 5 pounds to lose and somebody turns around and is like, it's just water. You're like, it's not fucking water. It's fat. And don't dismiss me like that.
Yeah.
Because
And
it's
so,
very serious towards the end,
and
like
yeah,
I don't need to like get super.
yeah. And with women, you have higher body fat percentage than men. And sometimes your body would do like this. I remember one woman said like she was doing pretty good, but then sometimes your body will store extra fat.
Or
And
it does
then
it for too long and
yeah,
it gets used to the exercising and it goes, oh, I think I'm just going to take these calories and start putting them in. And you're like, no, 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 no. So then you either have to cut more or you have to up your stuff more, and it's just like, or you have to and then, yeah, it's so, I don't know how sometimes you look at pictures and you look at some people and they're holding that look and you're just like, how the fuck are you doing that?
it's tough. We got here from a man chat. He says, brother George, you too funny, brother. Much respect, brother. You're saying brother a lot. Appreciate that. Also, this is from a man says, I'm glad, Chad, you enjoy yourself here with George and the guests he has on here too. Yeah, we appreciate that, both of y'all. And yeah, because instead of getting, you have to trust the process before you
Yeah.
understand it. It's a lot of work to it. People, and a lot of people, like I said again, most people mindset is like, oh, I'm pumping this pill territory, saying like, but that's only like that's only a
right.
small
As if
factor.
I wish, yeah.
Yeah.
What
That's
do you
only
mean there's a pill you can take that makes you big without training your ass off?
yeah. That's only a
Give me
small
that. I
factor.
want some.
That's only a small factor because you have to follow your diet. You have to go routinely. Everything has to be
Oh, dude.
consistent. You can't. Sometimes you can't even skip leg day, even though you don't want to do
No.
it. But
Like, dude, I've tried for the last 2 years to get into women's bodybuilding, and I just can't put on enough muscle in the year or two to do it.
I think you more the leaner side. Some women, especially like you're 42, and I think some women just start hitting their
I gotta stay
muscles.
but George, I have to stay lean, man. If I don't, then I'm very short. I'm only 5'3", and if I start stacking on the weight, my look and everything, my clothes, everything gets blown out. Like I'm talking, I can't even be like 10, 15 over stage. It just, I turn into like this weird little Oompa Loompa mess.
Well, yeah, I shouldn't be talking about, hey, look what I look like.
Well, I don't. I sound very critical, but I'm being very critical. We're talking about from a bodybuilding view standpoint. As a normal, healthy human being, that's fine. But we're not talking about being a human being. We're talking about being a bodybuilder.
Yeah, I said that because
you can't stop it either. You can't just put it on, because I won the Flex Lewis, and I tried to put it on pause. I did. I was like, I'm going to start training less and I'm going to do more normal people stuff. And that blew up in my face. And I got depressed and I turned weird. And now I've been back 3 weeks into training, and my whole life and my whole outlook has changed again to good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We
got here.
I need to get a charger. I'm losing.
Go ahead. Go ahead. We got here from a man, Lawrence. He says, I always appreciate you, Stephanie. You too, Stephanie. You always makes me laugh. Your personality speaks values, entertaining for a long time as well. I'm always proud of you. Keep on being you as well. Also, he says this. He says, when it comes to the bodybuilding world, you definitely have to trust the process and patience as well. So also, she talked about, as we talked about earlier, we were looking at her and she works with drumsticks. I found another video. It's on her YouTube channel. And guys, again, her social media stuff is in the description. If you want to follow her, you can follow her, check out her links here, there. Like I say, guys, you know my rules. So I got this other video I found. I'm going to pull it up here and play it for you.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's why I say I always be aware of my surroundings at all times.
I know, you're good. I'm not. I should write that down. I should write that on my mirror. Be aware of your surroundings, Stephanie.
Yeah, here you go.
Steph from Moscow with Drumsticks here. So I want to prove to you how strong my red hickory is compared to other woods. And because I'm really strong and the drumsticks are really strong, I'm going to try to break this by curling it with some weights. So I'm going to start with 20 pounds and see if 20 pounds will break a Los Cabos red hickory drumstick. Oh, fun fact, I'm using a 5A. So it's not a beefy stick. It's an average stick. All right. This is the first time I've ever tried to do this, so I hope I don't whack myself in the face. Oh. Okay, well, obviously 20 pounds won't break it. So we're going to go 30. Whoa. Oh, 30 pounds.
This was so long ago.
Actually, I don't even feel it moving. Like I can't even feel the wood moving. So I'm going to go 40. Try to see if 40 pounds of pressure will crack this stick. God, you got a videographer? I'm not popular in here. Okay, that's really heavy. And it's not breaking it. I think this stick might outlast these little guns.
Oh my God.
We're going to do 50 pounds, and then I'm going to stop because I can't lift anymore. Or maybe I can, but we're going to stop. It's not breaking. It's not breaking. There you have it. Los Cabos drumsticks, red hickory, strong, and beefy.
Well, that was pretty cool. I mean, yeah, you should be proud of yourself. You put in time, you worked there. Yeah, I mean, and I was worried about by the time I hit 50, I was worried that stick was going to go kapow.
No, they're really tough. They're really tough.
So, also, you ever been in a band yourself or do it in music?
When I was in high school, I was in a punk band. I can't remember the name, but it was. But yeah, no, I don't play in any music anymore or anything.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you have a passion for music because I follow your social media. You love a lot of it. What's your favorite genre of music? Who's your favorite group?
Genre and groups change. I kind of, and I think everybody's like that. Like you change for season or for what you're going through. But for me right now, I'm really liking Bring Me the Horizon, and I'm really enjoying metal again. I go in and out of phases of metal. There's a DJ guy called Sick Kick, and he does this weird like 90s, 2000s R&B, and then turns it into like DJ, like dance music, which I like. He would be good to pose to because people would know that and would like that. But I'm really liking metal right now, and it's just because, like I said, I'm getting out of a weird, I'm coming out of a weird depression, almost like a bad, I'm coming out of a bad spot, and I feel like I'm climbing my way out, and I forgot how much and how important bodybuilding was in my life, and how much sometimes like I can be a very angry person, and I don't want to be angry towards people. So I like to take it out on the weights. And I will say this, like sometimes when I'm training, when I am training, and depending on how my life is going, like I tend to talk to myself more, in the sense, because some nights, I've just worked all day in the factory, and my sticks are out to here, right? Like I'm just very busy with drumsticks. And I was trying to date, and that didn't go well, and it was bad. And long story short, my feelings got hurt, and I'm not good when my feelings get hurt because I don't like to get my feelings hurt. I don't put them out there to get hurt usually. And so then when somebody hurts them, I get upset, and it's like the analogy in my head is like a wolf that got bit. I go back to my den and I'm like licking my wounds, right? And I have to do that myself. No one can do that for me. I have to fix myself. But when I come back out, I'm going to be bigger and stronger because those wounds have turned to scars, and those scars are thick and they're big.
Yeah, 'cause with the sport, it's a lot of you have to have mental fortitude for it, and I
Yeah.
know a lot of people get into because it does help. Like I know when the pandemic hit, and you live in Canada, and everything was shut down. The gym was shut down. You couldn't do that. I think a lot of people went through a lot of stress because the gym is
Yeah.
their therapy, the place they go. It's like I was working out for a good while, so I had some issues come up. I got two bad knees. I Stone Cold Steve Austin got arthritis. I mean, I got to take care of it myself. But it's just part of. Also, I have a pacemaker.
Oh,
Had for 10 years. It's about 10 years coming up.
oh,
The end of this year, and the gym is a place you go to prevent out your stress. Some people say, "Hey, seek therapy," but therapy is expensive. But
yes.
yeah.
And the thing is too, sometimes, oh, sorry, I have to take my dog out. She's crying a lot.
Go ahead.
Therapy is expensive and it's not always you have to find the right counselor. Just because you go to a therapist doesn't mean you're going to get along with them. It could take, and so meaning you have to find the right one that clicks with you. And if you don't, and that can be hard too.
Yeah, and the gym, that's the place you go. You don't have to. You can put your frustration on the weights.
Oh,
We can maybe just take a long jog on the treadmill,
it's
or just
all you. It's
just
all you. You can't in the gym. You can't fake that. You can't fake muscle. And you can take all the supplements and you can go for hours there. But if you're not working in the gym, doing it, training, it's not going to work. You're going to leave the gym just as small as you showed up. You have to force it to grow. You have
yeah,
to work when you're there. And you can chat, like, don't get me wrong, you can chat and you can have friends and you can have a whole life in the gym. But when it comes to muscle growth and training, it's got to be time under tension, tight. You know what I mean? Like, I have all these things that I tell myself because if you have to do that in order to get big and develop.
yeah. But like the other guy says this, he says, "What doesn't make us stranger, make us stronger." Yeah. We got here. This one, man, Darvis Adam. He said, "Looking amazing." You got a fan here. Also, he says, "Pumping muscles." Yeah, and yeah, it's a lot of work to the sport. Who do you right now? Because who you admire in this sport. Who do you follow that you look up to, and you think
Who
you're
do
like,
I follow? That's a good question. Who do I follow that I look up to? Always one of my favorites is Eva Dunbar. She is just she's an amazing person. She's an amazing coach and trainer. She's legit. She's the real deal. She's not fake, which I think is cool.
yeah.
Uh I can't think of any other like heroes that I have. I follow a lot of them. I can't think of any right now.
Yeah, I know. I saw Eva Dunbar compete at Savannah about a couple years back. I went to Savannah because where I live, I'm like about I live like 2 miles from South Carolina, and
Oh,
Savannah's a good ways
really?
from where I stay at. And when I saw her compete, that when she competed last time was back in
She
2022.
won that show, didn't she? Come here.
No, I think she was in the top five.
Oh,
Ashley
yes.
Hadley won that show, and I'm a fan of women from Canada about bodybuilding. Like I interviewed Melanie Horton, Sarah Bowes. I've interviewed some of these who are up and comers in the sport, and
Come here.
I also I have a Facebook page. I call it dedicated to female bodies in Canada. And I'm a fan of because it's I think Canada has that
Come here.
kind of like that mixture of America and Europe, a bit of it, and
Yes.
it's amazing competitors come out of there. Like we talk about Missy Trescott, she's originally from Canada. And,
Oh, yes, because she's both.
yeah,
She's dual, I mean, sorry.
yeah. And I think it's a lot of work to be in the sport.
And the Arnold Miss Fitness, the third place, she's Canadian as well. Can't think of her name. I can never think of their Instagram names.
Yeah, I try to remember. I know one lady who I interviewed who competed at the all of that. Her name is Anna Famina. She's really from Russia, but she lives in Florida, and she competed at that show. And a couple ladies.
What's her name?
Anna Famina.
Okay, I'm sure
she just
know
turned
her
pro
if I
last.
saw her.
Yeah,
Remember
she turned pro.
Valentina the Machina?
Mishina, the Russian.
Yeah, where's she?
Well, she's not competing anymore. She lives in Florida. She's actually, I've interviewed a couple of people that she we used to work with. The Oksana Parari and her husband Autumn used to work with them.
Cool.
You know, you got the other Oksana Gaserio that it's bodybuilding is a international community. You know. Yeah.
Oh yes, well that's the thing. Like, and it comes back to what I was saying earlier. Like women's bodybuilding, you can't just accidentally land in that category. You have to work very hard, and your everything has to be lined up. And the reason why there's it's so international is because there's only 20 of them in the world. You know how hard it is to be that huge?
Yeah.
And how much I don't even know how much money it costs supplement wise. I can't even imagine.
Well, one of my favorite ladies is right here. It is Andrea Shaw.
Oh, yes. Yes. So beautiful.
I mean, I'm a fan of her. A lady who I interviewed her back, her name is Eunice. She runs her own company called Bad Rap. It's dedicated to women.
Oh, I love her. Yeah. She's awesome.
Yeah. Eunice when she was at the Olympia last year, she got Andrea's autograph that Muscle Development, which is a popular magazine in Canada.
Canada started the whole thing. Wasn't Wheeler?
Yeah.
No.
Ben Wheeler. Yeah. Ben Wheeler, yeah. So
he was Canadian.
Really, yeah. So Ben and Joe both. Well, Joe and his brother Ben. Really, we owe Canada.
I know.
Yeah, we owe y'all.
Basketball too, huh?
Yeah. Basketball.
We made basketball too. Doesn't matter what we made. You know what? We're like that anyway.
Yeah. But this is a picture. This is from a man. He usually does my live stream. My man Big Keith's IV Pro, and he was visiting. Him and his wife were visiting. Andrea a while back because she lives in Detroit, and he does this. He does this because he knows I love Andrea. He knows he's
like rubbing it in your face. Oh man!
Yeah. Find somebody who understands me. He's supposed to be my big brother. He got his hand on my girl. He got a wife. Got a pretty wife.
He's got a wife. Now he's got Andrea show out.
Yeah, my girl. Thank you. I found somebody who understands me. I thought.
Man, I've often said, so I will warn you, I guess warn not you, but just like everybody. I live in the east coast of Canada, and there's not large cities here. There's small cities. They're more like towns. So when they do have bodybuilding shows, I tend to go to they only have like 1 or 2 a year, and it's in Moncton. And prejudging is like $25 to go and watch, or $20 at the door to go and watch. And every time I go, I say to myself, Steph, just be cool, man. Like, don't embarrass yourself. Just be cool. And every time I sit down and the competitors come out, it hits me that it hits me. This might be the last show you ever see. Like, this is weird. You're not going to always be able to see bodybuilding shows. They're not, you know what I mean? Who knows the next time you're going to see it? And I lose it. I just figure, F it. You have one life. Who cares? And I start screaming for whichever number I like. Like, if I don't know anybody on stage, I'll pick a number, like number 15, and I'll start screaming their name and just cheering and being like, lap pose, like acting like a maniac. And I can't help it. I love it. So I don't know if I could ever go to Olympia or to the Arnold, because I'd probably get kicked out. Security would be like, get this crazy bitch out of here.
Hey, it probably would be difficult because I have heard stories where people holler for their wives, their girlfriends, or their husbands. They probably won't pay attention because you can think about it. It's a big show like the Arnold.
Touche. Yeah, I've never been to one. I would love it.
Like I said, I was maybe planning next year. I was planning maybe go to another show. I was going to try to do one last year, but then I had to work on my car and then this and that. I live on a little bit of money. Not much.
Oh, man. I think everybody's feeling it George, it's so expensive. Like, like everybody's feeling it. Like everything is so expensive right now. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. This is from man Chad. He says this. He says, what unites us is better than what describes us. Or you might say divides, but you said describes. Yeah, you might have misspelled say divide. But yeah, I think this is a sport where I think it can use a lot of support. You women need support because it's tough.
yeah.
Then instead of getting the money for stuff like a lot of ladies who I know who I follow, they do as I call them the beat the meat websites because it's a way to make money in between the shows. You know,
George, did you just call it beat the meat website? You can't
hey,
call it
that's
that.
what they are. Come on, we don't just go on these
You gotta
things.
say like you can't say it like that. You gotta say it like muscle enthusiasts or something.
Yes, I know, but it's innovative. What we're doing when we look at y'all all shredded, pumped, oiled up, you flexing. You you're sitting there, you watch, you say, chill. So
George!
that
Oh, you crack me up.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah, it's just yeah. That's not we because I know I'm supposed to smoke, but when I started this content, I really learned what y'all women go through. The stories I've heard, the stuff you have to, the decisions you have to make. Sometimes you have to make the decision between can I do this or do that. I mean,
oh man,
there's a lot to this.
Even when you're like, even if you're selling posing videos and like those guys, it's not a lot of money. It's not like half of them. It's not. I don't know. Like I don't get it because like, well, no. I mean, I get it. I've like, but it's. I don't know. It's not that much money. Like gear is expensive. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But see that here's the thing. I don't have an issue with posing videos and stuff because I think that's cool. And the way I see it is like once you send that person that video and like they bought it or you gave it to them or whatever, like it's theirs to do whatever they want with it. So don't worry about it. It's not yours anymore. It's theirs. So they want to do that or they want to make copies. It's theirs. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's the way I see it.
Yeah, because like I said, we guys who are fan you ladies, we just appreciate it. Yes, it's a fetish, and it's something different. It's different from what everybody thinks of what women should be. Women should be like this shape, this size. You should be more feminine with curves. But then you see women like Andrea or Helen Trevino or
you see how beautiful it can be.
Yeah.
And like the thing is, it's not. And yes, I get it. And yes, I have seen some women bodybuilders destroy their looks. Okay. We all have. We've all seen that girl where you're like, oh, okay. But that's one in many. That's hard. And like I said, that's very hard to do too.
Yeah, because like I said, because there's so much they want y'all women, they want you to pull back, but then when just tell you say we want you to get bigger, but then you understand to get bigger you have to do certain things to get to that size, and then it's a sacrifice you got to make. You got to make a choice. If I want to get to that next level, do I sacrifice my femininity or not?
Yes,
and that's a debate,
And then some people sacrifice stuff and they don't get it, and then they bitch and complain. Bodybuilding. Sorry, my phone is dying and I can't get it to charge. Shoot.
Well, we're not going to hold you too much longer because, like I said, your phone's dying, and it's tough because I use my computer when I do my interviews, phone sometimes, but yeah, it's so much to this,
Well, yes, but I really do appreciate us doing this, George. I think this was so cool that you asked, like that we got to talk and hang out and talk about something I love so much, and I really do appreciate all the love and support that you show me here and on Instagram, online. Like it really, really does help because where it is so much work to look like this, sometimes you get sometimes you get dark days and you doubt yourself and you think am I doing the right thing, or is this worth it, or you say to yourself, for me, it's you're not big enough. You're little, and when you have friends like you that say to you like, looking good, Steph, look at that, look at those biceps flexing out. Yeah, it helps. It helps support that you're doing the right thing. Keep going. Do you know what I mean? It's like, because you can be criticized a lot for it, especially when you live in a small town.
Yeah, this is my brother Combreaker 99. Shout out to him. Says you got a new fan. You got a new fan. Says Combo. He does content on women on mixed martial arts. WMMA. I also do content on WWE, not as much like I used to, because I'm mostly focused on women's bodybuilding. But I do interviews with women in mixed martial arts. And Combo, he's also a fan of bodybuilding. He has a favorite bodybuilder. Her name is Shannon Staley. He loves her. So
nice.
So
I'll have to find her.
Yeah. So what, as you deserve, you need that you should want out of bodybuilding to go to that next level? What do you think you need?
What do I think I need to bring it to the next level? I need bigger biceps, bigger quads, and more shredded. That's what I need, straight up. Like, and maybe back delts, but that's what I need. Like to bring to stage. And I need my tricep pose I need to get my tricep pose under control. It's a hot mess. You're just like, what the fuck is going on? And one of my side mandatories need to be tightened up. I think my left side mandatory is ugly as well.
Yeah.
But if we're talking like, that's what I need to improve.
I think most things you need, ladies, like especially sponsorship, that can help, because that will help some of y'all with some of your costs of especially traveling.
Yes, I guess I should probably work on getting sponsors. You're right.
Yeah,
you're right. I've been putting it off because I'm nervous, right? And I'm lazy, and I don't want to.
That lazy, you're a bodybuilder, but I understand.
I know, but I'm cheeky. I run my mouth, and I swear.
Yeah,
and I run my mouth.
Maybe you see somebody to talk for you. Just say, hey, just shut your mouth, and I do all the talking.
I know. I said, you know what? I tried to find a boyfriend that would do that, and it didn't work. I ended up just getting upset. So I'm just gonna do it.
You just need a side dude. That's all you need. But this is what I believe. Sponsorship does help. But one thing you don't want these guys to say, hey, Steph, you got that crazy hair. I like your personality, Steph. But you know what? Can you do something for me, Steph? Say, no.
No.
We want people like people. We want people like this. As Mr. Gay, I have a plan for you. I find your personality and yourself refreshing. So we have a product we want you to represent. If you're interested in it, we take care of all your expenses as you travel. Let us know what you need from us, and we want to help you. All we want for you is to grow as an athlete.
Yeah, that would be beyond cool. And like the kicker is like, because I have had other muscle fan pages tell me like, dude, you would do well in the States. Like, why don't you come compete? Because there's more shows in the States, and there's like lots of them. And I said to him, like, dude, it's the money. Where are you going to get the money to go all the way to the States and compete? And then are you allowed to compete as a Canadian?
Well, you can, because you can now only shows I think you can do that you can qualify for a pro card, I think, is North Americans, and also the Olympia Amateur, because that is those are the only shows where, because you have shows like the USA.
Like if I ever went to those, even Toronto, if I get ready for that, it's going to be game on. Like it'll probably be a 24-week prep. Can you stop, please? It'll probably be like a 24-week prep, and it's going to be like everything is going to be like, it'll be work and Toronto Pro or whatever show, like national.
This is my brother. It's a good 23. He says, "Hey, George Page. Hey there. He's up there in the Philippines. Shout out to you, XA. Also, this is Davis. He said, he says, Stephanie, you rock. And also, this is from Chad. Mr. George, it was a real pleasure. I thank you for another successful podcast, my brother. Miss Steph, I sent you a friend request on Facebook and DM'd following you on Instagram. I'll send you a message tonight. Yeah, I think that's would like that would really help because I think sponsorship would help. Guys that's out there who really want to help you athletes. They have to be genuine
Yes, yeah,
not
because
not so
it has to
they
be genuine. Because like I'm, like we said it before. Like for me, I'm more of like I'm a sensitive, soft-hearted person. You know what I mean? I'm not, and like because I had somebody say start a fans only, and I don't pay for it, and I can't. I don't think I can. It's just because I'm not a like I'm not a. I'm more like PG person, like cartoons and like you said, like the easy.
Well, whatever works for you. And there's people who generally would want to help you out and interested and get you to the next level. It just got to be the right people.
Yeah.
This is from a man, Chad. He says, Brother George, I'll see you soon. Happy St. Patrick's Day and Easter to you. Miss Stephanie, hope to hear from you soon. Yeah. So, like I said, and also this is from, Lawrence. Be genuine and conducted manner when it becomes to sponsor someone. Yeah, that's what we need. We need someone
Yes.
like something like one person who I'm a fan of who did a great thing. Had an ambassador program that was Jake Wood. Every time I say Jake Wood's name, I got says, yo Jake, give me that. I want that money. I want that gun. That's Denzel from Training Day when you the Hawk.
Nice.
Every time I say Jake Wood's name, that would help. Especially for you ladies, because you know what. If you all know, the men's division is the bottom bitch, is the one bringing the money for.
Yes.
Yeah, because you saw that almost goes up with the prize money next year to $500,000 for. And I mean, I like say, you know what? Now I say, you know what? I realize like, fuck Arnold, fuck his show.
Yeah, you know what? It sounds so harsh, but like, he's not interested in women for the bodybuilding at all.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like, he got rid of all the divisions. Was there even bikini?
Yeah, but bikini's always going to be there, and wellness, because those are the TNA divisions. So this is from my man Lawrence. He says, "Ha ha ha." Denzel quote. Yeah, ha ha. Yeah, my can't say that word here. So yeah, but yeah. I think you have a great personality. I think good things happen to you. I think it's going to take time. Maybe the right show. If you do the show in Toronto, I know maybe you're going to say. But you need the time to grow and develop. I think don't rush it.
Also, like my end look is probably not everybody's favorite with all the tattoos. Just saying.
Well, there's women like there's one Canadian who I used to follow. Her name is Melanie Specco. She had a lot of tattoos.
Okay.
Melly had quite a few others, but if the judges know how to overlook it sometimes.
If you can, and like I said right at the beginning. If you can get shredded enough, you can have tattoos, but you need to have dick skin. Excuse the language.
That's all right. That's when y'all ladies dick skin thing. We are dick skin hard.
Right? You know what's up. It sounds so disgusting, but it is the most accurate description. You're just like, that's what I want. I want paper over veins, like
this is a true story. I remember this guy. We speak while he's in the chat room. This guy used to work he used to was in sales. He used to travel, and sometimes when it was about the season, he'd go travel. He'd go check out the shows while he's doing his job.
Yeah, smart.
He said like this. One time he was at a show, and it was like at the finals for the women's bodybuilding part. Mm-hmm. He's sitting in the audience, and he hears noise in the back in the auditorium. So he turns around and looks, and this is the security guy pulling this guy out from behind with his pants around his ankle. And yeah, he got caught. He was sitting a couple of seats away from one of the girls' coach. He said, like, I mean, I thought that guy supposed to have been banned from coming in here. There's guys who are into it, but you gotta be, because I'm going to do a thing next minute. We'll talk about how some guys can be a little bit too, and we try to pull it back a little bit.
Yeah.
This is from man, Darvin says yes, definitely. Also saw this. Also, this is Chad says you got a new sponsor right here, Miss Stephanie. Mr. Chad the man. Well, Chad, if you're genuine sponsorship, you're not looking for something, just want to see the athlete grow. Like I said again, her social media stuff in the description. Reach out to her. If you have a genuine plan. Don't think this is a quote from my favorite movie. In a Batman Begins, when Gary Oldman is Jim Gordon says to Batman, says, "I didn't have a chance to thank you," and Batman turned around and said, "You never have to, because yeah, you ladies need this support. It's tough for you.
Oh,
The
you
time
know
you put
what?
in."
And like, because like for real, like I'm very, very good at ignoring. I'm very, very good at ignoring some stuff, and I've uh, I've been told several times how disgusting I am and how disgusting I look, and that's what I mean. I just ignore it because I'm like, you don't get it. You don't get it. If you think I care what a guy thinks of me that says something like that to somebody, you're out to lunch.
Yeah, and there've been some guys turn around and about at the same day in your DM say, "I like you, Stephanie. You cite me
Yes.
here,"
Right?
because they don't want
Publicly
everybody to
will
know.
shame you and then secretly trying to buy pictures off you or something.
Yeah, but it's like I said. This is like I said again. Beware of surrounds all the time, young mistress.
Yes, I should write that
And
down.
yeah, I'll make like just be aware of who you're dealing with. So you have anybody as we let you go? We have anybody you want to shout out to while you're here?
Oh, I don't know. Just shout out to all of my Instagram followers for putting up with my crazy rant video stories. Oh my God, you guys have patience of saints because I say some wild stuff on there.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. This is from Davis. He says, women bodybuilding like you are super strong, beautiful, humble, and kindness. Thank you, brother, and appreciate that. So anyway, we want to wish the best for Steph in her. If she like I say, you're are you taking a break this year, or you think you want to say, I'm going to say just start next year?
I'm on the fence. We're 7 weeks out from Atlantics, and if I got my if I got my shit together, I could probably do it because I'm about 8 pounds, 10 pounds off stage weight.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be pretty interesting. But I'd need to really smarten up, and then I'd have to go and get supplements, and I don't know if I could afford it. And I don't want to say that because that looks bad, but it's
like I said again, this is a poor man's sport, and it takes a lot of money to
and you
compete.
don't win any. It wouldn't be bad if you won an entry to another free comp or something, but you don't win anything but a medal.
Yeah, because you got
which
paid.
is fine. I sound like I'm dissing it. I'm not.
No, you're just being honest. Because you know what? Here's the thing like this. I believe that you competitors deserve a little something out of this. When you become a pro, you deserve stuff that helps you out, like maybe benefits and stuff like that. Because you know what, bodybuilding is considered a sport like the mainstream, but no one comes to go see the promoters or the judges. We come to see y'all. And I think anything,
yes,
if anything,
no kidding.
Yeah, if anything, only then maybe just getting back your prize money for paying for it as an amateur, or like I said again, take care of your athletes because you know what, just so damn. Oh, I think her phone went out. Well, folks, I'm sorry, but I think Steph's phone went out. Because like I said, she was dying. I didn't know how much left, but I do appreciate Stephanie for coming through. Who wish her all the best in the future, and I also like to thank people that came through here. My man Chad, Lawrence Perkins, my brother Colin Brick in '99, my brother, Execution 23. Also Lawrence Perkins, all you guys who came through here, Davis Adams, all you guys came through here to support this live stream. I'm gonna try to get up Twitter later when her contact with her and see how she's doing. Like I said, phone was getting low. My guess it just died out in the middle of the interview. It happens sometimes, but folks, appreciate your time for coming through here. Like I said, thank you, Stephanie. If I'll say thank you on the back end later, and hope you all have a great weekend. You should me all the way George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk. Don't like, subscribe. I am out. Have a good rest of your week.